Alright, we're in the Pilot's Handbook of Aeronautical Knowledge, Chapter 4, 4-12, Moment and Moment Arm. A study of physics shows that a body that is free to rotate will always turn about its center of gravity. In aerodynamic terms, the mathematical measure in an aircraft's tendency to rotate about its center of gravity is called a moment. A moment is said to be equal to the product of the force applied and the distance at which the force is applied. A moment arm is the distance from a datum, reference point or line, to the applied force. For aircraft weight and balance computation, moments are expressed in terms of the distance of the arm times the aircraft's weight, or simply inch-pounds. Aircraft designers locate the fore and aft positions of the aircraft's center of gravity as nearly as possible to the 20% point of the mean aerodynamic chord, the MAC. If the thrust line is designed to pass horizontal through the center of gravity, it will not cause the aircraft to pitch when power is changed, and there will be no difference in moment due to the thrust for a power on or power off condition of flight. Although designers have some control over the location of drag forces, they are not always able to make the resultant drag forces pass through the center of gravity of the aircraft. However, the one item over which they have the greatest control is the size and location of the tail. The objective is to make the moments due to thrust, drag, and lift as small as possible, and by proper location of the tail, to provide the means of balancing an aircraft longitudinally for any condition of flight. The pilot has no direct control over the location of forces acting on the aircraft in flight, except for controlling the center of lift by changing the angle of attack. Such a change, however, immediately involves change in other forces. Therefore, the pilot cannot independently change the location of one force without changing the effect of others. For example, a change in airspeed involves a change in lift, as well as change in drag and change in up and down force on the tail. As force such as turbulence and gust act to displace the aircraft, the pilot reacts by providing opposing control forces to counteract this displacement. Some aircraft are subject to changes in the location of the center of gravity with variations of load. Trimming devices are used to counteract the forces set up by fuel burn-off and loading or offloading of passengers or cargo. Elevator trim tabs and adjustable horizontal stabilizers comprise the most common devices provided to the pilot for trimming the load variations. Over the wide ranges of balance during flight in large aircraft, the force with which the pilot has to exert on the controls will become excessive and fatiguing if means of trimming were not provided. Alright, so we'll hold off there. That was moment and moment arm, and chapter 4, that was 4-12.